Hey, hi, sup,
Hello?
hello. You're gonna want to keep this thing about. I know you don't know how. You want to keep this thing about a fish from your face. I know you don't know how. You don't remember.
Yeah, I do.
What's up, bro?
What's up? Are we
But-
recording?
Yeah, this is on. Welcome. Oh yeah, welcome to. This is a podcast. If this doesn't work, I'll kill myself. My guest today is Najee Thrash, one of the original Broke Boys.
Yeah.
We got the squad back together.
Yeah, hell yeah. Justin's doing this thing. He got a little setup now
Well, yeah, I guess you could call it a setup.
in his room.
Yeah, in my little dungeon. You said casting couch.
Yeah, casting couch vibes.
Yeah. So what's been going on with you?
Just trauma.
Yeah. Dude, trauma's like you should heard that thing. It's like weed's not the gateway drug. Trauma is.
Yeah.
It's like the thing about trauma is I feel like you can't get away from it if you're
Yeah.
living a life. And obviously it's all relative, but you can be traumatized from getting lost in the mall with your mom at 6 and be
Right.
fucked up for the rest of your life. You know?
Yeah. Well, I was talking to someone about how it, just how life works. It's like sometimes, it depends what type of life you're living. Like, I understand how people, fall into, a deep depression.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
Me
what I
too.
mean?
Oh yeah.
I know that's
But
but
what do you mean?
I know it's not shocking, but
I mean, not for me.
sometimes-
Not for me. For some people, it is.
Sometimes it's like life is just it feels linear. Like it feels like you're going up, 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 and at least in my my life, it felt like it just kept getting better and better.
Okay, by
And-
what? And real quick, by what metrics? Just everything.
like the milestones I was hitting in my life,
Gotcha.
like the people I had,
Right,
just how I
relationships,
was living,
jobs,
all that shit. It's just,
personality,
going
spiritual
up,
growth.
up,
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
And then, so you don't really, and then you might have bad things happen, bad days,
Right.
but it's not
Comes in little waves.
nothing shit happened back after boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
But as recently, I feel like I've been in a rut, and it's like, damn, I remember not even being able to relate to someone that's in that rut. You almost forget how to handle bad times when it's been good for so long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
When
yeah,
everything's
yeah.
been good for so long, and it feels
You
like
haven't been
bad
tested
times.
in a while.
And it's also you also it's kind of like when you gamble and it's black 2 times in a row, and you're like, it's got to be red now, but really it's always 50-50.
Yeah, it's good. That's a great analogy.
So
It's gotta be red. Soon.
It's gotta be
no.
red.
It's literally.
so you think bad things keep happening, and you're like, oh well, I got something good's got to happen too.
Yeah.
But it's
It doesn't.
50-50.
It doesn't.
So you could be bad.
It doesn't have to happen.
It doesn't at
It
all.
doesn't.
It just keep getting worse and
Life
worse.
is under no obligation to be fair or to make sense or
Yeah.
to balance. It's just not.
Yeah.
You know? Well, have you been in a rut pre-trauma or post-trauma? Because I know about the acute trauma you're speaking of.
Just lately,
You got lost in the mall.
Got lost in the mall. Broke up with my girlfriend 3.5 years.
Right. Okay. So the rut was pre-dad passing.
Yeah.
So welcome, by the way, to the club.
Justin, when he reached out, I just knew I was a dead dad joke's coming. I know it's only
It's
a
like
matter
a
of time,
countdown.
and I was not ready for it. But I'm like, what am I gonna tell him? Not right now. That's only gonna feed him. You know what I mean? It's
Well,
he knows not right now.
Yeah.
But that's why I did it.
When you told me, you're like, I knew I wasn't gonna be ready, but that's you. It's like I know you're not ready, but
Yeah.
imagine me waiting,
Right.
Because then you wait forever. You know, it's just it's one of them things where it's
Right.
you're cool with it now. You know, there's never gonna be, so
Right.
you might as well just jump out the window.
Mhm.
Obviously, I mean it all and fuck you and all that good stuff. But what happened? You don't know?
It was. I mean, I know it was.
I've heard nothing.
It was a stroke. He had a stroke.
Okay, so
But it wasn't it wasn't like he had any issues. High cholesterol, it was it. But
right.
even his doctor was at the funeral. The doctor, so when someone dies, they didn't know this. When someone dies and they have a primary doctor, he has to sign off on the autopsy and the death certificate.
Okay.
And
I didn't know that either.
when he saw my dad pop up, because my dad was a nurse at the VA, so they worked together. And then when my dad retired, he was his.
Gotcha.
So they were pretty
Yeah.
good friends. But he called the doctor called my mom. Was like, "What the fuck happened?"
Wow.
He wasn't
That's
sure.
dude. I've been thinking about your mom.
Yeah.
Because it's well, obviously,
37 years married.
obviously she lost her husband suddenly, and it's most people aren't even together.
Right.
You know, they just aren't, and it's like that's still losing the father of your children, and all that stuff. But like the fact that that's your primary live-in partner.
Yeah, she knew him longer than I knew him, so I can only imagine.
Oh, bro.
You know, and she's been going through it too. She's
of course, man.
She lost both her parents recently, and
yeah,
like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, not to get too far off course, but like that's why like we had to sit and my parents were religious, so we had to sit for the pastor and like get our obituary together and what songs were gonna be sung and how the funeral was gonna go.
Any Wu-Tang Clan?
No.
Okay.
But like that, like even the people that like that's why I like the atheist. Like I don't mind you being an atheist, but you like running around screaming at the top of your lungs. Like I just feel like those people are obnoxious because I look at my mom and how much she's leaning on her beliefs. I'm like, how can you hate that? Like,
yeah,
if I was in her position and
right,
and like she was just like, all these things are going on, and you lost your husband, and she's just like, just God's gonna bring me through it, and she's telling me like God's got us, and I'm like, how can you fucking look how even if you think this shit is make believe, like this is helping her
for
so
sure, it helps a lot of people.
You know what I mean? Like why even just be an asshole about it?
Yeah,
you know?
Well, right. I mean, they're not. You're using like a very good argument. You know, they're not using that one. Right. They're using like the pedophilia in the churches. You know what I mean? And so it's like, obviously there's a lot of good that goes with it. You know, and I'm not one of those cunty atheists, but I did used to be. You know.
Yes, I think that's just like it's part of it's part of the journey.
I agree too.
It's part of the journey.
If you've never been an atheist, even for a little, it's like, come on, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's part of the journey.
I do agree. I used to be the so cunty that was like, if I'd sneeze someone, God bless you. There's no God. You know?
Yeah. It's part of the journey, but some people won't ever. So, it's about self-awareness.
So is it Christian? You guys are Christian, I guess?
Yeah, Christian Baptist.
Christian Baptist. That's a black thing? Christian Baptist?
Yeah,
I think well, that's every Christian, I think. The baptism. Oh, the Christian Baptist. Got it. Is it? But for some reason in my head, I do equate that with black people. Christian Baptist.
That's usually what they are.
Okay. Or Southern Baptist, I've heard too.
It's usually
It's just a sect of Christianity. It's all the same shit.
But like it's not the cat. You don't really see
the little wafers have seasoning on them. Yeah. It's like the shit's better, you know. It's like 40s instead of a bottle of wine. So I mean, you had to put the obituary together. I guess I don't really remember.
Yeah, you gotta like talk and
then who's doing that? It's just like your sister, your mom, and the pastor. So your sister, your mom, and the pastor. Oh man.
Because you're like, who's gonna speak? Like,
did it happen in the day or at night?
In the morning.
In the morning. Where was he at?
At the house.
Okay. He's retired. She was at the house.
She was out running around when she came back.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Who called you? Her?
Yeah.
Ugh.
I was at work.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's one of them things you just, especially like, so my dad got sick, right? Mm-hmm. And then he didn't last, 3 months later he was dead, but still like,
right.
There's something, and I'm not saying one's better or worse, right? They're both horrific. Right. I genuinely don't know which one's better, you know?
Yeah,
it's like
I'm trying to think.
Having to look at it, but
it's both for it. I mean, maybe you could tell yourself you're getting mentally prepared for it.
Yeah, but you can't. You can't. It's somewhat though, somewhat at least. But yeah, I just think that the shock of that all. I don't know, man. You got a therapist or anything?
No.
Nah.
Streets.
Just vibing it out. Yeah. Well, yeah. So if you were in a rut prior to your dad dying, I'm sure that definitely didn't help try to yank you up out of the rut.
I thought it was like, what did I do? Like, why am I getting this karma? How selfishly, I'm like, this is my karma.
Well, interesting. That's interesting.
And like,
I
know it sounds silly, but that's literally how I felt. Like, why the fuck's it? Like I said, selfishly, why does this shit keep happening?
But again, though, to go back to the universe, don't give a fuck about you. It doesn't. It doesn't care enough. That's what I'm saying. You're not as important enough to have it. In my opinion, it's just like it's not how this shit works. But I mean, grieving's a weird process. Have you tried hard drugs?
No.
No. Yeah. Maybe stay away from those.
I didn't even Yeah.
Have you asked AI to help somehow? see what Grok says on X.
I don't even know. I was just talking to someone. Like, I don't even really know how to grieve. Like,
no, I know.
What I just leaned in heavy on was like, working out, like just being exhausted,
Mm-hmm.
to where my brain has
Physically exhausting yourself.
physically exhausting.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't
Which isn't
get up and go to
sustainable
work.
forever.
I couldn't
but
get up and go to work just because I just
You don't have to finish that
yeah,
sentence.
right. But I would just go to the gym and I would just
Work.
be in there.
Yeah.
Just work.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Well, I'm not getting my steps at work, so I might as well
Yeah.
do cardio for an hour and a half
For
before
sure.
I touch a weight.
For
It's
sure.
just like I was just
And also, it
exhausting
helps get
myself.
your mind off of it too. Just like being in there, you know.
Sometimes
Oh,
you're just
of course.
crying.
Sometimes you
bench
can't. Just weeping,
Just
setting new
crying.
PRs.
But it doesn't. It makes sense. You know what I mean? Just whatever.
Have you heard the people giving you? By the way, when I found out your dad died, I was in a group text about it. Right? Hey, Najee's dad. It was a sweet couple people. Hey, Najee's dad passed away. If you guys can think of anything to say to him, say something to him. I don't know what to say. You know, which is sweet. I get it. And I sent you the heart because it's like, and I'm a huge less is more at that time, only because it's like right? What the fuck am I gonna say? Hey, hang in there.
Right.
One foot after the other. You know, and then even quotes that I love.
Sometimes it gets overwhelming.
Of course,
You know
that's
what I mean?
a lot, bro.
Sometimes it gets overwhelming because everyone's telling you the
And then
same
you have-
thing, and it's
and
like,
also-
and then you at first because it's just like you said, it's waves of emotion. Like at first you're like,
Yeah.
damn, my people got my back, and then eventually you're like, what the fuck are you gonna do? Like, and if there's anything I can do, bring my dad back. You know, like you
So-
start getting like
Yes,
like resentful
yes.
of these people that keep hitting you up, and then like,
even though they're not expecting something, right? You now have like I have to now I'm like
respond
yes,
and
and
tell you that I appreciate
even that I have to
you.
think about doing that.
A lot
which-
of people are better. Like I know you're getting an influx of text messages because at the end of the day, when I look back and see like
It's
the
sweet.
people, yes,
Of course,
But in the
no,
moment,
of course,
yeah,
it is
yeah.
very sweet. But again, that's why I reached out with the heart. It's like, hey, I'm here.
right.
I'm saying everything I'm saying all the shit they're saying, bro. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
and it's like, one of the favorite things I've heard. My favorite things I've heard about grief is the price we pay for getting to love someone. Which I really love that quote, but I'm not about to hit you with that like right when your dad's dead. Like you're just gonna be like, yo, shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck.
Get off my phone.
Yes, bro. So, one of our friends was like, I want to send him some DoorDash money, right? And I didn't say anything. In my head, I'm like, don't send that man no fucking money. I in my head, okay. So
Right.
we all pitched. I wasn't gonna be like, no, right? If it were up to me. I just personally feel like, hey, your dad's dead. Here's $100 worth of DoorDash. I know it's a sweet gesture, but to me, it seems like just misguided. I think it's very
I disagree
good. I
Because-
wanted to ask you.
because
Your dad's
almost,
dead. Here's some lasagna.
it's like, well, I don't feel like cooking. I
Of
don't feel like
course.
doing anything.
No,
like,
of course.
and I DoorDash all fucking week because
Right.
I would go to the gym, I would sleep. It was just like, I was like, I'm gonna cook something. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
So I
It's
get what you're
kind,
saying.
but,
The
like,
money
that man
thing.
has money. You
but-
don't need no fucking money.
I mean, no, I don't.
No, I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad.
No, I really
I
did
pitched
like
in.
that.
I mean, like
That-
I understood it. I'm
It
like,
almost makes me want to do it for people if something like that happens because of the situation I was in.
perfect. And again, I haven't had that happen to me like that.
Right.
So I wouldn't know how I'd feel.
Plus, I'm DoorDash God.
Yeah, I will say that like I've seen it before and I understand it when like the wife is sick or the wife dies and she was like the cook, you know,
Mm-hmm.
or something where it's someone that in your household if you're living with your parents and say something.
Right.
But it's like I don't know. Yeah, it's sweet. It's just to me. I guess I'm just like that. I don't know.
I think you're thinking too much about it.
Probably good.
Because even when I went back to work, they had a card with money in it.
Really? See, the money thing's strange to me. Yeah.
You're not, it depends. Like at work, they're like, you haven't been here, you ain't working. Here's the money.
Sure. No, it's sweet. Listen, I need the money.
Yeah,
You
You always need the money.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah,
I
you're right.
think-
You're
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Money's always a nice gesture.
Money's always a nice
you're
gesture.
Right. You're right.
Because now you're like, my
'Cause it's
dad's
not
dead,
si-
but my bills are paid too.
My
I'm not
dad's
stressing
dead, but I
about-
got a milkshake on the way.
Because you gotta think about like the funeral cost and like
Yeah, no,
getting
for
all-
sure.
You know, what I mean, you're taking off work. You might not have the PTO
Definitely,
and all that
definitely.
shit.
Right,
Like,
well, I mean,
or your work might not even give you that option. Of
Yeah.
like,
How is that with work? I mean, you're in the union, so probably fine. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, you could take off as long as you want, but it's
Not paid, obviously. Yeah. None
unless
of
you
it.
got the PTO.
None of it. Your father dies and you don't get an hour paid.
No, my foreman hooked me up.
I got you, but not by the union, like contract
yeah,
or whatever.
Nah.
Damn, that's tough. I
Yeah.
feel like and again, that's hard to put a number on, like on paper, because people just grieve so differently, you know.
Mm.
It just comes in waves, huh? How long's it been? A week, 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
I hit you up. I said, come cry on the podcast for the views.
Yeah.
You're not crying yet. That's kind of whack, but we'll get there.
Nah.
Yeah, my dad's been dead.
I did cry today though.
About your dad?
Yep.
Now, you ever catch yourself crying, not specifically about him, just in general?
Before?
No, after. Like, it might not even be specifically him, but you're just emotional. Because I remember that for me, you know? Like, I would be really upset and sad, but not even necessarily being, about that thing. Does that make sense?
It's almost like a what the fuck type of cry, I guess. That's what I had today. Like, I don't know, but today was about him. I was just started to think about him. It's like song came on or something was said during a podcast, and then I like thought of a time that I would like him and I shared, and then I'm thinking about him, and I'm thinking about like, damn, like what? Like I'll never see him again. You know?
Nope.
Like, and
it's something that's so hard to comprehend.
Well, the thing about my dad that I said at the funeral was that as I like became a man, I started to understand my dad more.
Yeah.
You know, just not understand parenting, but understand like how they were winging it. You know,
how they're human
especially
beings.
my dad not having a dad. You know, and him just.
Yeah, I'm telling you, for a black man, you made it a while.
You know what I'm saying?
With
like,
the dad,
that's
you
what I
killed
said.
it.
I said for winging it, I think he did a hell of a job. I mean,
incredible, incredible.
You know?
I mean, really,
and
better than most families. Period. Like around here, like most,
even just everything he did.
Yeah.
You know, take it for granted, just him sticking around and. You know, making the marriage work and just being there for my basketball games or football games. And
even though you suck dick at those sports, he would be
he
there
still
cheering you on.
Acted like I was. I mean,
he ain't say nothing about that blonde hair. I seen that
not
picture.
To my face.
I seen that.
Not
picture
to my face. Probably was like.
Yeah.
Probably call me the F word.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would just, and then when we get older, we just sit down and talk. And whenever I came over, he has this recliner. And that was just like his chair. But whenever I came over, he would like get up out of that chair, like he's sitting in a recliner, like this shit.
Oh, that's so
sweet,
I mean? Bro. That is so
like,
sweet to me.
Shit like that.
I don't know why, but that is like so sweet to me.
Yeah.
That got me.
He would do shit like
you
that.
You can sit in the
like,
recliner.
Like,
that was like a big deal. Yeah.
And he knew, he's like,
that's
go ahead, sit in the recliner.
And you'd be like,
and
get out of my fucking chair, Pops.
We would just sit and talk sports or drink a beer or two, and we you know.
Yeah.
Catch up.
Yeah, I never really got to drink with my dad because he died when I was 20, you know? So, and I was running around being a knucklehead before, so at least you got that, obviously, right?
Yeah.
You know, just like be grateful for the times you had.
I was saying, like,
I
mean, thank God, like, again, small, minuscule, but like, that was like 2 weeks away from Christmas and the holidays. Like, it could have. I'm just glad I got to share that moment, like that time with him. So, like, I just saw him, you know, type shit.
Yeah. If it was 2 weeks prior to Christmas, it's a whole different thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It just is.
It just fucked.
And obviously, it's like next Christmas you won't be here. No matter what, you're gonna be missing Christmases with your dad.
Oh yeah,
but
his birthday's next month.
Like, right, yeah, and that's gonna happen every year.
You know, every
fucking year.
Father's Day, all that shit is gonna be. It's gonna be different.
Yeah, it'll hit. Yeah. But you know, one thing I can tell you 100% for sure is that you'll be fine. You know. Life goes on, you know. I mean, obviously, it's not like.
You know what's funny? I was telling like, I went over there for Thanksgiving, and I just did the breakup starter kit. Like, went to the gym, lost like 15, 20 pounds.
The what? The breakup starter kit?
Yeah.
Okay.
And my dad saw me. He's like, my mom saw me and was like, "Are you like?" She was worried because she's like she knew about Emma, and she's like, "Are you eating?"
Oh, moms are sweet.
Yeah, I'm like,
You're like, bitch, I look good.
Yeah.
This is new pussy.
Mom,
now.
I get pussy. I get bitches, Mom. But my dad, he did his way in his own sort of way. He just like he was outside smoking a cigarette. And I was talking to him. He's like, "Hey, you good?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Better be." And
and by the way, that's so much of a talk.
Yeah.
That is like so much said there that's not said.
Yeah.
That's all that really needs to be said, right? He trusts you enough. And that's another thing. Like, you good? Yeah.
That's stuck in my brain.
Yeah, I bet.
That quote, like, you better be. It's just like, whenever someone asks me if I'm good.
And that
like,
just
I think
happened
of
in
my
Thanksgiving?
Dad. Thanksgiving, yeah.
Well, that's gas because, like, he believes you.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
You got to tell him, like, you're good.
Right.
And he knows that you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just got to feel good knowing that that you're good, because again, it's like also he didn't keep digging. He trusted you.
Yeah.
You better be. You know.
You better be. Yep.
It's just like
Kept it moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad was cool. My dad was again, like, as we got older, and when I was telling him we went to Croatia and I was telling him about the Europe trip I went to, and I went to the. I can't even fucking remember the island I went to.
Doesn't matter.
Insane.
Najee, big
But he went
passport,
there.
bro.
He went there.
Yeah,
He's
you were
been to
telling me he's
Croatia.
like traveled and shit.
Yeah, because he was stationed in Germany for 10 years. And I asked him if he went to Oktoberfest. He said, yeah, I went every year I was stationed.
You got some German brothers and sisters out there.
Probably. And, like, yeah, he's just well-traveled. Used to drive his Beamer on the Autobahn. Like, I just be learning all this shit that I wasn't, you know.
Some of the old pictures you were posting, you look fly.
Yeah, he's a fly motherfucker.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I was just, like, getting to hear some of those stories he probably wouldn't have told me when he was younger.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, it sucks, but, like, again, he did his job. At the end of the day.
And at the end of the day, like, one of those inconvenient truths is every single person is going to lose their dad, you know?
Yeah.
Every single person.
That's not true.
Uh-huh.
What if you die before your dad dies?
I mean, you're losing them that way, right? Either way, you're losing them. Your parents, you know, every single person that you know and love is going to die.
But you won't feel that hurt because you'll be dead.
True. That is true. That's why it's like, yeah.
But in turn, like, I always think about, like, that feeling, too. Like, losing a kid.
Oh, that's way worse.
Like, not losing a baby. Not losing a baby or...
Doesn't-
I'm talking about losing someone that, like a 15, 16-year-old. Like, you already think you got through the bullshit. They're starting to become their own... That would...
Well, also the kid thing is fucked up because it goes, like, against nature in a way, right? If nature were to work, you know... like
work how it's supposed to be.
Uninterrupted at all, right? Your parents will die before you.
Right.
Your parents shouldn't be burying their kids. So I just can't imagine that level of hurt, you know? Have you heard about the Idaho student murders?
There's another shooting?
No. It wasn't at the school. It was these people who lived off campus in a house. This guy, well, I was just thinking about losing your kids. This guy's... This happened like a year ago, I guess. It was on that chapter and stuff, but it's like in the courts now because they caught the guy and they're trying to give him a death penalty. But he went in and killed these 4 students. There were 6 people in the house.
Oh, I did hear about that.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah,
he went in and killed 4 of the 6, which is strange to me. It was 2 girls and then a couple.
I do remember.
And then it's just like your kids go off to college, right? And you think, you know, maybe...
And it was like a late night, too. Like, he snuck in through the bottom
like 4
side.
a.m.
Didn't one of them see him, too?
Yes.
And thought they were dreaming?
Yeah, well, not...
Or thought they and just, like, closed the door or something.
Yeah, he had the bushy eyebrows.
Yeah.
And there was blood coming out the house. Remember, they had the picture exterior. Blood's, like, seeping out. Apparently, it was, like, extremely gruesome. So that's why I was trying to get him for 4 capital murders. Yeah. And the judge just put a gag order on the trial because it was too much publicity.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that shit's silly now.
What, the circus?
No, just, like, the whole, like... getting new jurors every time, like, the outside's going to influence them. Like, I think it's funny that, like, the Young Thug case, come on.
Act like you're going to find someone unbiased. Act like you're going to find someone who doesn't know what's going on.
You can't.
No.
And they're going to, it's just like, if you have the internet, you're going to take their phone for
the
24
whole
hours.
thing's a charade.
It's a charade.
It is. It really is. The judge wears a robe. What are we doing? I just like, I don't, you know, stand up because you walked in.
You know what's weird about the robe,
Who
too?
are you?
You know what's, also, step on a stool so you say higher than all of us.
And also, who are you?
Right.
Human being who was hitting their wife last night and drinking vodka this morning?
Yeah.
To judge.
It's just weird that they got rid of the wig but kept the robe.
Yeah, it's like they picked and choose.
They're like, oh.
It's easier to jerk off in the robe.
This thing is ridiculous. But they kept the robe.
Yeah. I don't really get it.
But, yeah, I did hear about the Idaho murders and how weird that shit was.
Yeah.
How did we get there again?
I was thinking about those
parents.
Those parents having to get that call.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! And then not knowing who it was, and then did you watch American Nightmare?
I'm familiar with it, but I didn't watch it.
Okay,
I didn't watch it. I heard it was has like a twist or something, or they didn't believe this woman.
Brother, yeah, it's a 3-episode mini docuseries.
Is it one of those things where it needs to be 3 episodes, or could it have been 1?
Guess. I'll tell you this: it could. The problem was it couldn't have been 1 or 3. It should have been like 2. You know, that's kind of how it seemed. It was like they could have got this done in 2, but not 1. So I get why they did the 3. You know, but it was definitely edited in a way that intentionally has you believing one thing, right? Because of how they're putting it together,
right?
And then every episode, it's like, oh fuck, I don't know what's going on. Oh fuck, you know, it's I thought this was this. It's
I'm gonna
not.
check it out.
It's worth checking out. I will say, like.
Even though I already know the twist.
Yes, it is still worth checking out.
But that's what I heard. I heard even though
it's worth checking out just to see, like, I mean, some people are calling it a huge, malevolent, nefarious conspiracy. I'm equating it to just incompetence.
Conspiracies are out.
I know. Well, also
you're almost better if you believe the truth. You're almost the outlier
yeah.
if you start believing the truth.
Well, the thing, it's called Occam's razor. It's like whichever thing is less, like whatever, don't attribute to malevolence what you can attribute to incompetence. And it's usually just people sucking at their jobs, or being shit. It's not. Yeah. It's usually not some giant dude. By the way,
I'm just talking about conspiracy theories in general.
I know
they've taken over.
Well, yes. Well, you didn't watch American Nightmare, but you did watch fucking the conspiracy theorist podcast you sent me.
Yeah,
that guy's a fucking lunatic.
Eric Decker, I believe his name.
Oh, you got his name, huh?
I'm pretty sure it's Eric because I looked him up on on Reddit, like looked up to see if like where else has this guy been heard.
What does Reddit have to say about him?
The same thing we said.
Right. Fucking cuckoo.
Someone was like, "Do you have any proof? Does this guy have any proof?" And I was like,
"Any at all of all the things."
No. Did you get to the?
No, I didn't get to nothing. But the thing is,
see, here's my problem with it, like shit like that. It's like you claim you.
Well, let's say what he's claiming.
Here's a background. This guy is
super legitimate source.
Yeah, that worked for Raytheon in Antarctica.
Right, but prior to all that, he just so happened, as in elementary school, was in a program that they were very secretive about, but he was in it for 5, 6, 7 years, allegedly.
Him and his classmates.
Him and his random classmates, not all of them, some of them, would be pulled into a room to do remote viewing, which is like telepathy, seeing things when you're not there, yada, 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 which the government has studied. Mm-hmm. There's been papers released where the CIA studied it.
Not necessarily on kids, but soldiers, right?
Yeah. And also
Charles Manson.
Yeah, well, that was MK Ultra, stuff like that. All that stuff.
Well, that's what he was alluding to.
I know part of it, right? Yeah, all the different ones. There's like he named a few different ones, Montauk, Operation Montauk, and shit, whatever the fuck. But, yeah, the remote viewing thing is just like he was like they didn't tell us what we were doing. It's like, well, then how would you remote view?
Well, no. Did you get to the part where they put the contacts in?
No.
Where they put the eye drops in? They said they would put the eye drops in, and it would give him a yellowish, like, haze, and he just thought it was cool. But now he's looking back, and he thinks he was getting LSD dosed.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing about an LSD dose, brother. When your parents pick you up, they know you're on LSD, bro. It's like
I guess he thought he was just getting in a little bit.
I know, but that's the thing.
Right. And
And then,
he was high, but you didn't get the part where they went on field trips, and then half the class would do the field trip, and half of his grouping would go and do the child sex rituals.
Child sex rituals.
Yes,
that's kinky.
All the classmates, but he's the only one. He's the only whistleblower.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just
did he go into any detail about what those rituals were?
He said,
because I feel like I know the guy doing the podcast, and he would be like, "What was it?"
Well, he kind of was, but he said, "I can tell you're getting upset, so I don't really want to get into any details."
Hold on, who was getting upset?
The guy, Eric.
Oh, really?
He was talking about it. He's like, because it's kind of weird. Like, I think if you're kind of have any empathy and you maybe want to believe him, it's like, because he's kind of like walking you through it. I know you.
Well, just because
your brain don't work.
Also,
but I understand you're saying some egregious shit. I need some backup. Right?
Only because of how egregious it is. It's like, bro, I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to go into this detail.
They were telling like they were doing acts. He was like saying that they were getting naked and doing acts on the kids towards each other.
Okay.
And he was like, well,
and honestly,
right,
that shit happens.
But he was broke it down as like everything has a price. Coke has a price. Marijuana has a price. Molly has a price. All these drugs have a price.
Little boy pussy has a price.
We don't know what it is, so.
No, I do. I know.
But he's saying like it's not
my thing.
But he's like, it's a good just like everything else. So how
that's
it gets
not
old?
Incorrect.
And that's because every time I'm about to turn it off, he would say some shit like that.
I know, bro.
I'm
that's what's frustrating.
Right.
That's what's frustrating. The crazy people who have good points piss me off.
Right.
You know? Because it's easier to confuse
and plus,
people.
like, Alex Jones is shut down. You know, he's got billions of dollars to pay. There's someone that's going to fill that void. And I just felt like this is what this guy was trying to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's that money that...
Yeah, who knows?
Someone's going to fill that Alex
attention,
void.
the fame, or whatever. I saw a guy today on World Star. He cut his father's head off. Did you get on World Star today?
I saw the caption. I don't click things like that.
Brother, that's why I get on there.
I know.
So
I didn't get on World Star, but I saw, like, on my Twitter timeline about someone getting their cop chopped
Bro,
off.
well, this is what's weird about it. This guy
Probably
in Pennsylvania. Might you hear about this? No. So it's pretty brand new. I don't know if they're gonna keep the video up because this guy is like on one, bro.
Is he on drugs?
No, that's what's scary too. He seems like to be just a little bit with it, you know. I mean, not with it enough to not show his father's decapitated head on the YouTube live stream.
Right.
But with it enough to like read his manifesto, his little 12-minute manifesto. But basically, he's like, "This is my father's head." He goes, "This is this person's name. I killed him. He was a federal agent he was like a federal employee of the government for this many years. He's my father." And then he puts the head down. And he's like, "I'm asking all real, true patriots to stand up and rebel with violence against every federal employee." He's like, not state police unless they back up the federal government. He's like, I want the militias to arm themselves.
This is Vivek what's his name? His fault.
Vivek?
Yeah.
The politician?
Yeah, it's his fault because he wants to abolish the FBI.
Oh, right, exactly. The 3-letter things, yeah. But all the presidents have been, not all of them, but that's the thing that they've tried to do. That's why they killed Kennedy. That's why Kennedy got his brains blown out. You don't mess with those 3-letter companies. The CIA, the FBI, the fucking NSA.
He wants to get rid of that. Yeah.
Well, because of no one's looking at the keepers. Who's keeping the keepers?
Yeah, it's just rich that you want to join the government and drain the swamp with the FBI when you could start with your cabinet.
Yeah, of course. Because it sounds good. Yeah. And that's the thing. And that's the thing about this guy's podcast. Video.
I did listen to him in long form, and I still think like he's still doing the politician thing, but I like he's charming.
He's so charming.
He's very.
That's
charming.
what's scary though.
Yeah.
To me.
Well, now he's just Trump's. Now he's just gonna be Trump's lackey.
But. I know, but either way, it's just like it. I also, when I listen to him talk, I fall for the charm, which I know isn't real. Like that. That's the thing about it. Because
he'll say his talking points, and I'll be like, "Come on, man." Like I want to believe you're a smart, charming dude, but then you'll give us. It's like how they do it now. It's like they give you a little bit of politics in it, and then they start like being charming.
Just charming you, yeah. Just trying to be
likable.
And he is. He's a likable guy, but it's like he's a politician. He reeks of politician. All of them do, and his days are numbered if this guy's right in Pennsylvania because he's like, I want everyone to, he goes on this 12-minute spiel about the border and about how the government is not serving us any longer, and it's just like it's frustrating because some of the stuff he said, I'm like. If he didn't show the head, this guy's got some decent points, Other than the whole.
Who's your favorite form of unbiased media? You think right now?
Oh well, probably if this doesn't work, podcast. I don't think there is one.
I'm going Channel 5.
Oh, brother, Channel 5 is such a big inspiration. I love Channel 5. You're talking about not real channels.
No, I'm sorry. Andrew Callaghan's Channel 5.
Andrew Callahan. Okay, so the people who don't know, Andrew Callahan is like. I love that he named it Channel 5.
He used to be All Gas No Breaks, and then he sold it.
Yes.
And had to start a new channel. Now
so what was All Gas No Breaks is a YouTube show where he would just do like these funny interviews with goofy,
funny journalism, like
gonzo journalism.
Shit.
Yeah,
yes.
but like So now he's more investigative journalism, gonzo journalism, where he's not afraid to go into the places, to do the things, talk to the people, and it's like it's done well, bro. Yeah. It's like things that most people won't even really do a little doc on. They vary in length. Which I like because he's like, if it doesn't, what I love about the varying in length is you're not trying to make something fit something.
Right.
It's like this is how long it was, that feels more authentic to me. But he also just does such a good job of saying like this is the other side of that.
Yeah.
He doesn't he?
Yeah. And that's I agree. That's what I said. That's my favorite form of like. And there's other guys.
He's biased.
He's left leaning. He's left leaning.
I was about to say you can tell his pal.
He's left leaning.
But that's fine.
But it's not to the point where it's like
it's not gross.
It's not gross.
It's not gross.
He's just kind of like. Yeah, left leaning politics.
And I feel like his shit's informative as a motherfucker.
Regardless of the politics of it.
Yeah, watch,
even that stuff in Philly, and I'm like,
I was just about to talk about Kensington
Avenue, like,
which by the way, you know how easily I could go there and do that. But he also talks about that the people who are going there and profiting just off the people.
That's why I was saying like the way he did it because I never clicked on those videos. I never clicked on the Zombie Land and all that shit.
That just wasn't something to compare it to, though.
Right, but I just like it just didn't do nothing for me.
Yeah.
But when I seen him cover it, I know like I'm familiar with.
You know, it wasn't going to be cheap. It wasn't going to be this surface level. Look at these people. Look how high they are, which is most of it, right?
Right.
Look at all this trash. Look at all these people. It's unbelievable. When did you? It's just like he went into the. By the way.
Yeah.
How fucking dumb do you have to be if you're a Trank brother? To let him up in your house, bro.
I just don't believe. I don't
talk about it because So Andrew Callahan.
But you got to know who these guys are. All of them want notoriety. Every single one ever. when you get to that level, especially when you're young. Look at the fucking.
Hold on, what are you talking about?
I feel like when you
Hold on, real quick. Trank is the drug that's in Philly right now. Fentanyl and Trank, which is like a tranquilizer. It's rotting people's skin.
Yeah, it's an animal tranquilizer.
Yeah, it's an animal tranquilizer. People are mixing it with heroin. I mean, it's devastating what's going on there, and it's heading right for Baltimore. It's probably already there.
It literally eats your skin alive.
It literally will rot your skin away. And so there's these Trank brothers, these two guys who apparently control all the Trank in Philly, and they let Andrew Callahan somehow, with his investigative journalism, finds them. They let him into their home. Now it's like, oh yeah, their faces are covered.
Right.
Okay. But you don't think the police are watching?
Well,
I
they
mean,
already know.
the cops. Facts.
You know what I mean?
That was my exact thought. My exact thought was, how? And oh yeah.
They already know.
Oh yeah.
They're building
forgot.
that case.
Well, right.
It's gonna take a while, but they know what they're doing.
Or they're working with the police.
Or they're working with the police.
Either way, the cops know.
I'm just saying, but also in the same breath, notoriety and drug dealers go hand in hand. Like getting money, being a kingpin, usually ain't just enough.
I know.
Did you watch the one today where he went to the Texas border?
No.
He went to the Texas border and met up with the.
I know he went to the border recently.
Yeah, he did Arizona.
Okay.
Now he went to Texas, which is way worse.
Well,
the guy said that he's like, last night there was like 6,000 that came in at one time.
You know what I hate about talking about it? It just makes you a conservative immediately.
Yeah,
to
it
even
does.
say the border, to even mention it.
It does.
Which is such a weird psych
because
game.
you're not, because when you think about, when you really think, like when you think about it before you get the facts, you're thinking like 10 people are coming in.
Women
20
and children
people
need help.
Yeah.
Women
people
and
are just
children
trying
need
to get
help.
jobs. People are just trying to get jobs. But when you hear about 6,000 people, and then you look at the video of everyone it's just like people getting married on the bridge because then technically you're American citizen.
And
it's just like little shit, and you're like, oh fuck.
And like Elon's
damn, they do gotta.
Elon's obviously lost his fucking mind, right? I know. We're not gonna get too into it.
He didn't lose his mind. He is who he wanted to be in high school.
Right, yeah. But what I'm
Same
saying,
thing, I guess.
What I'm saying, yeah, kind of. But what I'm saying is like about the border. You see him tweeting about the border? He tweets.
I don't follow him anymore.
Okay, smart.
I liked him
Yeah.
My favorite Elon is when he was in Iron Man movie, and I was like, "That's Elon Musk.
Yeah,
He's the real Iron Man." That's what I like.
Yes,
I liked him when he was in.
I get it.
I don't like tweeting Elon.
No, I get it. I totally get it. But he has been talking about the border, and the only thing is like, I just know he's so much smarter than me. So when he's like, these numbers are historical. These are things that have not happened. We are not. America can't handle this. They can't handle 4,000 in Colorado. They're about to get 40,000. Like he's talking about real numbers. So I'm like. And again, people are just like this fucking conservative, Republican, fucking racist, xenophobic, And but yeah, who knows? I mean, whatever's gonna fucking yeah. What are we gonna do?
What are we gonna do?
It's just like,
what are we gonna do?
Get high.
Today they had the same thing. He was like
a little kid.
They were saying like they were going to the border, and the cartel was gonna He met with the cartel basically, the coyotes, to help get people across the border.
Who did? Oh, Andrew.
And then he went, and they're like, "Yo, you can't bring that many people," and there was only 4 of them, so it was like only him and his cameraman.
With
then
him.
he broke, and then he splits. And he's like,
so hold on, he's going into Mexico.
He was in Texas,
right?
And then he had like a guy with him, like one of his supporters / rapper.
A rapper?
Yeah, he's like a rapper, and he went
so
across
random.
the border with him, so he can, you know what I mean?
A white guy?
Nah.
Black guy?
No.
Mexican guy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. What?
No.
What?
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
The white guy to meet with the. Nah.
I just didn't know.
It was a Mexican rapper.
Okay, so a Mexican guy, right?
They walked over there, and
then he met up with the coyote, and the coyote's like, "Y'all can't come," because he's got his cameraman and sound guy probably.
But it was like, you and your cameraman can come, just you two. And
then
Andrew breaks from that footage and was like, this is like one of those things where.
Do I do it? Do I not?
2 things my parents always told me is like, when I started this was no cartel. And
that's so funny, bro.
He's like, my
mom always is saying,
my parents told me
cartel.
They like what I'm doing. There's just 2 rules: no cartel, no ISIS. And I'm literally about to break this first rule. And he was like,
so the second one's coming.
And he's
you just know.
And he goes, I have to think about my safety. But I didn't come this far not to do it, so
that's what I love.
And then
about
I
him.
didn't watch the rest because it's like a movie to me. I was like, all right, I gotta finish it.
He dies in it.
Yeah,
that's his last
one.
one.
Well, in my brain, I was like, well, this is out, so he didn't die.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? He just did something.
He said in the I don't know if it was. I think it was the Kensington one where he mentions his inspiration was a little bit of Hunter S. Thompson. I don't know if you heard that. You might not know who that is really. But Hunter S. Thompson was this dope ass journalist who did this investigative journalism, wrote Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, was an author. He basically, when Andrew Callahan, I think it was when they were bipping in the bipping one. He was about to go do the breaking into the cars, and he's like, should I go? Should I not? Like, how do I feel about this? And he's like, I know Hunter S. Thompson would do it, you know? Yeah. And I was like, that's gas, bro. You know? I just think that what he's doing is like so unique. And he's so goofy looking. You know, he looks like a middle schooler with the way he dresses. He's got the curly hair.
He definitely leans into it.
Yes, and that I was gonna say that he's like, because I've thought about doing like gonzo journalism. He's so unassuming. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, not you with the face tag.
No way, bro. They're not gonna. The Trank brothers are like, fuck you, bro.
Right.
You're not coming.
You're gonna rob me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
you want to come inside and figure out how his operation.
You're competition.
Right.
Andrew Callahan's so mild mannered and like, he seems like a really genuine guy.
Yeah. Except for that. You remember how he got canceled?
No, dude, tell me.
Oh, you didn't?
No, well, just remind me,
so
baby.
This is like his rebrand.
I remember All Gas, No Brakes, and I remember him doing a lot of the Trump rallies.
And he was on, that was HBO.
Which were hilarious content. Which, again, is so smart to go, I know these people are the content.
Yeah.
I just got to put a camera on these motherfuckers, you know?
Yeah, he followed the truckers. He followed the Trump rallies, but then he was following the truckers all around.
Oh, okay.
So that was his HBO doc.
He had an HBO doc.
Yeah, that was the HBO doc. That was the last. That was Channel 5.
Okay. Because All Gas No Brakes was all YouTube stuff, right?
He had a Vice thing. I think that's who took it.
You're right.
Vice took it.
That is where I heard of him first.
So I think he had a Vice documentary. He didn't like it. I think it got trashed. But then he got HBO, Channel 5 HBO doc.
Nice.
But then some girls came out.
Oh, he got Me Too'd?
He got Me Too'd.
What was it? Now, hold on. Can you
so it was one of those Me Too's where it's like...
Some girls came out. That's the Me Too.
They came out and they were like, he would say stuff. He was weird when he was drunk. That's really, I mean, it was like he made me uncomfortable when he was drinking. He didn't really do anything, but he just said some uncomfortable things to me.
Wow, riveting story.
And he tried to kiss me.
Okay, that happens sometimes.
But it
could have been weird as fuck. You know,
for him,
I'm not justifying.
But then he apologized. But he was saying from his perspective, he's like, I'm drinking too. Well, he's like, I want to defend myself, but I am drinking too much. I am doing these wrong things, and if I ever did anything to make her comfortable,
he's like, wow,
I'm gonna take a step back. That's why he kind of comments like how his face cleared up. He's like, it turns out if you don't binge drink every day,
good for him. And that's a huge accountability thing to be like, where I don't really necessarily know or think.
So this is like a rebrand.
Wrong.
This form of documentary is like I believe it's genuine, but also it's like this is how he's been carrying it right after his Me Too.
Yeah, I do think it's genuine too, though.
I think it
comes off as genuine.
It comes off as genuine. I don't know.
He's doing a great job. I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
But it does seem genuine.
Did you hear about Vince McMahon's Me Too?
You need to read those transcripts.
Yes, I do.
You need to read those transcripts
because
I could tell you.
Have you heard about this, Mike?
No. Oh yes,
dude, Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon
which,
is
by
a
the
freak
way,
boy.
We all knew like any day.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, when I saw Vince McMahon Me Too,
no.
Duh. What the fuck? Duh. I was not. Are you kidding me?
Okay,
that guy was.
But what he's into is one of those things that I just like.
Let's talk about it.
What he's into is one of those things where I just think I didn't think I would ever hear or know someone that's into something like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's not here. That's okay. So.
And I'm talking about the like as a white rich man saying something about like the black dicks going inside you. It's like,
yeah. So, but also,
I just thought that was porn shit.
Oh no, that's a huge kink. But also,
for white boys to have black men fuck their wives,
that's cuck shit. Yeah, like
I knew the cuck thing, but black preferably.
Oh yeah, it's like we just think about like,
monkeys. I feel like that's the word you're looking for.
No, what? Don't put that on me, bro.
No, that's what you
get out of my brain. It's like, bro. Here, another weird thing was, so I didn't read all of the transcripts, but some of them sounded like, oh, y'all are into this. The two of you.
Oh, she agreed in one of them.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
well, here he fucked up. No, they settled for $3 million. He paid the $1 million with Ghost.
What the point? Well, why? It's
that's what I'm saying. Pay the $2 million so niggas don't know you like.
Give her 3. She's asking to give her 3.
Yeah,
you know?
the fact, it was a civil court case.
So
They settled.
This is what's interesting
Yeah,
too.
you give the $2 million not to let those texts leak just off that.
Yes, but the thing is, though, this doesn't seem like against her will or anything. You know,
Right.
it seems like they're into this, right? And then
Well, it's already settled. This is just like
I got you. I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
I know they're older, and you get older. His dick probably don't even work all the steroids he's done. He only gets off on watching his other people please as well. You know, who knows, right? But let me just read this. I love it. This is how it starts. I love it. This is him writing. I love it. That's you, Janelle. You just can't get enough, can you? In the future, it's going to be so bad that you'll demand to be fucked twice a day, and not just with, and they blank out the name, in a three-way. Why not let others see the beautiful, voluptuous body and watch you shake uncontrollably when you come? Najee, don't get excited.
Go ahead.
Where am I at? The come part? Yeah. They'll go out of their minds. Then I'll find more friends and we'll tie you up so you're helpless. I'll direct them to have their way any way they want. Who can make you scream the loudest? Maybe I'll just line them up and have them squirt in your mouth, which was an interesting word for men.
Yeah.
Your pussy, squirt in your mouth, your pussy, all over your tits and ass, all at the same time. You'll be covered in cum, and we'll make you eat it all and taste everyone's cum. And the next, you shouldn't have said cum so many times, right? The next morning,
he replaced squirt, so that's progress.
True. I do like it better, yeah. The next morning, you'll be a little sore, but you're still going to want more. And after all that fucking, and I'll be over, something else. I mean, the guy, it just sounds like they're kinky. R.E., your last picture, you need panties ripped off and 3 big black dicks in all 3 holes at the same time. Way up your pussy and way up your, I like the way up, too. Way up your pussy, way up your ass, as far as they can go, but even further. And the thickest cock goes down your throat, so it makes you gag. It's kind of hot, I'm going to be honest. It makes you gag and convulse as those big black cocks pound away. It feels like from the start you're being assaulted, but it's made you come nonstop. Just one continuous, constant orgasm. And just before you pass out, those big black dicks squirt their loads of cum inside you. And as you lay on your stomach, the cum is coming out of all of your holes. I'll turn you over.
Write books.
I'll turn you over and jack off all over you.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you can write them WWE scripts so well.
Isn't that so detailed?
That's why you can write them scripts so well for the series.
Yeah, facts, bro.
That was a novel.
It sounds like John Cena's about to come in that motherfucker.
50 Shades of WWE.
Yeah, bro. So again, this sounds like something they're into. I don't know what the case was. I guess she's just like, don't let people know.
Yeah, and she tried to say because he said the text. You didn't read that one?
Which one?
He's like,
back and forth.
I showed the tech, like the work text, what we were talking about.
Oh, and they loved it.
Yes, and they loved it.
They loved it.
And they're saying that was like human trafficking or some shit.
Oh, yeah, look, I just passed my phone around. But again, this probably what they're into. She probably is like, get a bunch of guys, you know?
Right.
That's part of their dirty talk. It's like, yeah, they were into this shit.
Because sending all these without a reply would be wild.
Come on, man. And again, it's not like he's being mean in them at all.
But old people are weird.
I know, but he's not being mean in them.
No.
You know? In fact, it's really kind if you think about it. It's like, but he goes, I just passed my phone around to a bunch of guys on the tech crew, which is just so crazy, bro. To work at the tech crew at WWE and be like.
But that's like a girl's worst nightmare.
Unless it's her biggest
But I'm
dream.
saying, like, you read that, you're like, so the guys do that.
I think, though, I mean.
If he's talking about her getting fucked by multiple girls, then yes, she should, or multiple people, then yes, she should know that he has to tell someone else.
Right. That's what I'm saying in that scenario. I think it's normal. Because I don't think regular guys are doing that, you know? I'm sure some of them are. Yeah. I just passed my phone around to a bunch of the guys on the tech crew, and they were screaming, oh, my God, she's fucking beautiful. Look at that ass. I'd like to get that. I paused to count out loud how many there were. 12. I then said, okay, there's 12 of you, and she would love to fuck each and every one of you at one time. The guys cheered. He puts in parentheses, the guys cheered. But she will only do it if she takes 3 at a time.
How's this old man texting so well?
That brought a huge reaction. She wants 1 deep in her ass, 1 way down her throat, and 1 in her pussy. And you can pound her and keep on pounding her till you pop your load. She may scream and try to say no, although it would be difficult to say anything with a dick down her throat. They laughed, and then I said, no, listen. No matter what, just pound away till you squirt. You just imagine this guy telling you this. I'd be like, you know what, bro? I'm actually good on that.
Right.
Like, baby, these guys were having a blast with me. So, like, the baby, baby, these guys are having a blast with me. Some of them didn't even believe me, so I said you were the greatest fuck in the world, and no matter how much you get, you always wanted more. And then I said she loves cum. Baby, these texts, as we call them, were having the time of their lives listening to my truthful story. Which, by the way, to say truthful there is weird. I mean, I guess everything was.
I
weird
was gonna
about
say,
it.
is that what you call? Is that the weirdest part of that?
I don't know, bro. That seems like maybe he had AI write it. I don't know, man. It's that.
Well, those aren't recent, right? Those are from like.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't even pay attention to like details.
Yeah,
like,
I'm just wondering how recent
is.
they are.
Very kinky, I can tell you that.
Yeah. Because he's 80 something, so he's definitely not.
And dude, just imagine that seems honestly, and I hate to say it, like a little vanilla compared to what I was expecting. Like Vince McMahon, I was expecting real sex trafficking, you know, like real bad stuff,
right,
you know,
right,
just because he's like and he's like the god in that world, right? Mm-hmm. He's pulling all the strings. Everyone knows it. You hear the way people talk about him. I was just expecting a harem
you would think
to come
it would
out.
be like a WWE diva talking about how Vince McMahon
she was locked
made
in
him.
a fucking cage, and she had to fuck these
wrestlers. I walk in his room, he pushed the button, the door's locked.
Yes, bro, absolutely.
Yeah.
Fucking Sting popped out with the baseball bat.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Like that's the story coming forward after all these years, and you did a good job of being a successful business entertainer, one of the most successful businesses of all time.
For like retarded people to watch is the thing, but it's still successful, and kids.
It's just soap opera for men.
You're right. I watch battle rap. That's nerdy.
Yeah,
it's
all.
nerdy.
It's just whatever you're into. It's like I feel like if you're into like drama and shit.
Yeah, like I think the same people that go to wrestling as an adult are the same people that go to like the monster truck shows.
I've been to wrestling as an adult.
It's probably fun.
It was fun.
Yeah,
but it's not like a thing I do.
Right. That's what I mean. Yeah, to go. Yeah, I've been as an adult too, and it was fun.
It's nostalgia.
Nostalgia, exactly.
Yeah, it's like this is what I always wanted to do when I was a kid. I always wanted to be at an event like this.
Speaking of retards, you watching Level on the Spectrum or what?
I haven't watched any of that.
None of it.
Not even season 1.
Dude, there's just nothing.
I heard great things about it.
You seen it, Mike?
No, I haven't. I know about it.
Dude, it's so goddamn funny, and it just makes me keep thinking of a. This is a joke I want to do on stage. I'm a stand-up comedian now, basically famous stand-up comedian.
Yeah, I heard you. How was that?
It was terrifying.
Terrifying, but
yeah.
How long was your set?
Oh, brother.
You told knock joke, got the fuck out of there?
Yes, bro. Well, basically, I was so scared about having to put together a certain amount of time, and I knew the guy hosting the event, which is the only reason I even got up. I wouldn't have done it if it was a stranger.
Right.
So I'm grateful for him. Shout out Mo. But Mo, this guy I work with.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, I was like, how long do I got to do? He goes, yeah, as long as you want. I'm like, how long? I was like, what's the minimum? He goes, bro, you can get up there, do a horrible joke, get off. I'll call you a faggot. It'll be over, you know?
Right.
And I'm like, oh, that made me feel so much better,
right.
you know? So I got up there, did a couple yucks, and it's like, there's like 20 people in there, and half of them are comics that are trying to go up, you know? So people laugh, but it could have been polite laugh because he said it was my first time, you know? And then afterwards, a couple of them came up to me like, hey, good job up there, you know? Or like, was that really your first time, you know? But I just, again, the critic in me is like, they're lying, they're being polite, you know? But I know I'm funny. But being funny on stage is just different.
Yeah,
like
of course.
people were telling. Well, people don't know that somehow. Like I literally got like, just be yourself, dude. You're gonna kill it. It's like, no.
Yeah, because the thing, it's just
No,
funny
that's
that
not true.
a comedian was talking about this, like, you know, before podcasts, people would just unassumingly go to a comedy podcast and laugh, and then come up to him after and be like, hey man, you're really fucking funny. I love you. Blah blah blah. This is a great time. Now, fans of comedy will come up and be like, dude, the way you set your setup, and like he's like, people are like the fan knows so much more now.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? So he's like, yo, your premise was good, and the way you set it up, and then
the
came
callback
back,
at
the
the
callback
end.
at the end. He's like, it just thinks it's funnier, but he says it makes comedy harder.
I bet.
You know what I mean?
Because now people are hip.
Now people are
They
hip.
can see the cheap comedy.
Yes.
So
They
anyways,
see
the
hack
level on
shit.
the spectrum, though, it makes me think of a spin-off, Lust on the Spectrum, where they're just fucking. They're just like, it's like, you know, porn sets made out of.
That's literally like every MTV show when we were
retards fucking.
when we were teenagers.
Just,
we're still on the spectrum.
Lust on the Spectrum.
Lust on the Spectrum.
Yeah, there's Love on the Spectrum. I'm
Yes,
thinking they should do a
okay.
spin-off, X-rated, Lust on the Spectrum, whole porn set made out of Legos. You know, just like things that they would really enjoy, you know? Like, I like trains. All right, well, dress up as a train conductor and get your dick sucked for us real quick, you know? But it's a great show. It's, like, wholesome, but also funny. Like, the producers know what they're doing.
Yeah, and I think it, like, normalizes. Like, it makes you...
It's beautiful in that way.
Yeah.
It's something that a lot of people don't think about. They don't have to. I honestly have a really... I don't even want to say it out loud.
A kink?
No, I'm definitely not saying those out loud. I'll be arrested. My kinks are illegal in a lot of the states, brother.
The Down syndrome kink.
No, I have like a theory that the autistic people really can't feel romantic love, which is like dark, and I don't know that that's true. But
So
just
you're saying
watching,
you're autistic.
yeah, maybe. Damn it, dude, turn the podcast off. yeah, it's just like watching that. They don't know how to you
That's
know,
sick.
yeah.
Not sick, but like sad.
Sad. If no, it is almost sick, you know. But it's not for me to have the thought. I'm just like, it looks like when they're like, "What's it like to be in love?" They're just like repeating things they've heard or think, and then just it seems like.
I feel like you ask most people that, they might give you that answer though.
Watch the show.
Okay.
Watch the show, brother.
Fair enough.
Watch the show.
Fair enough. I'm saying like,
and not all of them. Not all of them. Like
I guess I'm just saying like people don't know how to describe love or how they feel.
Agreed.
About
Love's
someone.
tough. Love's one of those words. It's like you think you get it. It's just hard to grasp. Cause like, and then a lot of people have a really juvenile way of thinking about love. You know, like
some people haven't been in love.
Yeah. And then also, like, just because something's toxic doesn't mean it's not love, you know? Like, I do believe that there's people who love their wives and beat the shit out of them, or who love their husbands and cheat on them with their brother. It's like, obviously it's not a healthy love, but, like, who am I to say that they don't love that person? The argument to me, if you love them, you wouldn't do that, is such a childish argument, only because I've hurt people that I love, you know? But then again, their argument would be I didn't really love them. I disagree.
I don't know if it's childish.
It's not childish. You're right. That's rude
complicated.
It's super complicated.
Yeah.
It is.
I wouldn't say childish, but I
It's
understand
simple.
what you're trying to say.
That's too
You're
simple.
trying to make it, yes. You're trying to make it black and white, and it's not.
There it is.
Yeah.
Not childish sounded rude.
Yeah, childish
It's
sounded
not.
like you're
better than.
You're autistic.
Yeah. No. It's not childish. It's just, it's like.
It's just making it too easy.
Yes. It's so complicated.
It's very complicated.
It's so complicated.
I'm not doing these things because I don't love you.
Right.
Doing these things
and then also in our
other reasons, other things happen. It's like life is. They say life is like
a box of chocolates.
A snowball. It's just things on top of other things on top of other things on top of other things, just rolling along.
Yeah.
And that's who you become.
Yeah.
And then that might make you want to fuck the girlfriend you love sister.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like
it's like brain.
You watch that one porn way too many times where that happened. You're like, kind of into that.
You're kind of into that. Well, I was listening to a good podcast where they talked about like hedonism and just falling victim to just your pleasures and sexual promiscuity and yada yada yada. And they were saying that like psychologically, there's something like in us psychologically that likes like the taboo, like it's like something deprived about it, like psychology. And then also they mentioned like sexual novelty, which is new pussy. It's just a scientific term for new pussy.
Right.
And it's just
strange.
Huh? Strange. Yeah, exactly. It's genuinely built into us, though, scientifically. Right. And I just wish that people could all admit it, women, just admit it. And I'm not saying that we're supposed to or yada, 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 but, like, to act like sexual novelty isn't a thing, when it's, like, in scientific papers.
Right. But their defense would be like, yeah, it's a thing, but if you love me.
That's fine. And that's fine. And that's fine. But
and people have. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So they have It's not like they have examples.
Yeah.
And there's things that this is just like, this is me. This is not me not agreeing with you. This is just,
I know.
For the sake of the podcast conversation, they would say, yeah, you're not the only one that ever have lust or want to do something. But
right.
When that comes, because you love me,
yes,
you would do these things to not fight it.
No, and I get that.
And then
I'm just saying, I think that
you fought it 99 times. That 100th time you gave it.
Right. Well, I just think that most people won't even. I don't think
acknowledge that two things could happen at once.
Yes,
you could cheat and I can still love you.
Yes, and then separately, just forget about the cheating in general. Just that the desire exists, that the desire does exist. You know, for sexual novelty.
Oh, that's silly for them to act like someone else can't be attractive now.
He only has eyes for me.
Yeah,
that seems just so dishonest.
But no, even to take it off sex, like you said, like even when it comes to like domestic violence or any type of like manipulate, anything like that along those lines, like just one doesn't have to is not negative to the other. No. They can both live together. Unfortunately,
nothing's mutually exclusive. Nothing's black and white. Everything's gray area.
Yeah.
Did he did it? Did he do it? Did he or did he not?
Of course he did.
Yeah, of course.
He probably got them Vince McMahon texts too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And that doesn't surprise me. And then, bro, 50 Cent just trolling. Did he? Someone messaged me and they said, you know how good 50 Cent is at trolling on Instagram? They said if he never rapped ever, I'd follow him on Instagram. You know what I mean? It was like that was such a good way of putting it. Like he's so good at being a troll. I don't follow him because he used to rap. I follow him because he's such a good troll.
I mean, anything happen. Like I'm not saying that this is like for sure truth, but you gotta be like
100% true. You heard it here.
Content with yourself and your past and what you did in the industry for you to be going that hard.
What do you mean?
Like skeleton wise, like for 50 Cent to be hammered Diddy and saying all these things.
Oh, valid.
You
point.
gotta be
overcompensate,
or
you know,
overcompensate.
But you should be.
You should be.
You should be like knowing that you're comfortable with whatever you got going on. That's living in your truth.
That's living in your truth.
Only someone who's doing that can live in their truth.
Even
that's
his
your
Instagram,
point.
yeah.
Because,
that's what I'm saying.
Because
if he had skeletons,
they're coming out.
He ain't saying nothing.
That's the thing, and
he's going hard.
Yep, and there's nothing. Well, he's got the money. You can't take his money, and then he don't got no skeletons really that he's not proud. You know that he doesn't admit.
And he's always been 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Who else could sit down with stars and have all greenlight all these fucking shows, but still being on Instagram saying he be on? I
was about to say he's like greenlighting people's hits,
yeah.
and then also shows.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like he's always unapologetically been 50 Cent.
Yeah.
You
see Rick Ross's baby mom? I wait till you get on and talk about all the black stuff I can think of. Did you see Rick Ross's baby mom barking at him on the video? Come pay your kid. No. Nothing.
Oh, his other baby mom.
Yeah, which he got a couple of them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's like this. He's got this new girlfriend that again.
Is it a prostitute he got pregnant? Because that's what his baby mom said. His other one.
This new girlfriend, baby mom, whatever. I was like scrolling through Instagram. I was on like academics page, and it was like, "Oh, Rick Ross got his girlfriend new teeth or whatever." But I was listening to a podcast where we were saying his new girlfriend is like one of those girls that doesn't know where she at, like doesn't know how to be Rick Ross's girlfriend. Like she's getting on Instagram, like calling out his baby mothers and shit.
See, that's just not knowing how to act.
Yeah,
that's not Rick Ross's girlfriend. That's just not knowing how to act. Right, exactly. But I get you, especially that status.
At that status.
So like, you need to know how to act regardless, right? Mm-hmm. If you're gonna be with someone because you're representing that person, man or woman, but especially someone with status and symbol and money, and you don't do that.
Especially the baby mama thing.
Did you see him on Caleb Presley?
I did.
How'd you feel?
It was okay.
You know what? We know what happened.
What happened?
He tried to do it. He's like, I get it, but he didn't.
Nah.
If you get it,
it's almost better you just be yourself.
You have to be straight.
Right.
The whole point of
it.
Don't
try to go viral. Just be yourself.
Don't try to be goofy. Caleb's taking care of it with the awkwardness. You acting like you get it is making it less awkward, and it's not as good. It's just not. I understand what he's doing. It's like, but I was on my yacht, you know.
Yeah,
it's
the
like,
Dolphins.
Oh yeah, but the fuck.
Yeah,
but
that's gonna keep happening.
No, I know. Because
people will like see like
Kodak did it right, where it's like I know this is goofy, but I'm so fucking weird and yeah, exactly. It's
I'm gonna
like
10x
exactly.
I'm gonna make them uncomfortable,
and he did.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow, good point.
Yeah, I'm gonna make them
uncomfortable. That's the perfect
example.
But most people can't do that.
No.
So don't even try. Just hit it straight and try not to laugh. Because then it's like when you break, it's great. You know.
Yeah.
It's do the thing where it's like you're acting like this is
even
serious.
Drake's was good.
Yeah, Drake's was
because he wasn't trying. He was like answering the questions.
Yeah.
You know, he wasn't trying to do the.
Drake's so tapped in.
He's a generational talent.
Would
like
you
no
not
other.
just feel like God? Like I already have delusions of grandeur sitting in my basement on this microphone. I can't imagine. Everything he touches just works. Every bitch around wants to be with him. Every guy wants advice from him or money. It's just like, who do you trust? At that level, it's just the one word name too. He's just Drake.
Yeah,
and everyone in the fucking world
knows
who
that
you're talking
you're
about.
That Drake. You're that Drake,
brother. Imagine I'm just Justin, and be like, that's Dave Chappelle ain't Dave. Yeah. You know how famous you gotta be.
Dickie ain't Dave.
Right, I heard
he
that
didn't
podcast.
Have you heard that?
Yeah, which would have been sick. He could have. He's good enough and unique enough that I bet you he could have been Dave.
But there's too many Daves.
I know.
But Drake is Drake across the world.
Drake. Drake
not
is
just
Drake.
here, but like.
Drake.
So
it's like Hitler. It's like Hitler.
Yeah. When I went to London, Eminem.
Both heroes of mine.
50 Cent, Drake.
What about him?
That's all the clubs playing.
Is that playing?
I mean, people riding by on their bikes were playing it, like Eminem. I was like, Mick, what's up with that? He's like, they just still love Eminem and 50 Cent.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, so do I.
I mean, me too.
I'm not mad at that.
I went to the 50 Cent concert. It was in Baltimore.
How was that?
Blew my fucking mind.
Oh, really? It was great?
Yeah, because when I think of a rap concert, I don't get too excited for him because...
We've talked about that.
We talked about it. I just picture a DJ and a rapper.
And me stumbling on you and King Los on stage.
And playing a beat and the DJ, him trying to do it. No, man. Production, dancers,
as it should be when
TVs,
you're that, when you've been doing it that long.
Biometrics.
Yes, and that's what you're going for. You are. You're not going to hear him rap. You're
right.
going to see the
But I would have been okay with that.
I know.
Because it was Get Rich or Die Trying.
Expecting that.
And I was expecting that, but I was not expecting confetti falling and like...
It was a show.
It was a show, man.
How
that shit was...
Go with?
It was probably like 6 or 7 or
nice. Yeah. That's tight.
AJ took his dad.
Awesome.
And then like you would see like that, like that's cool too.
Oh, the
You'd
different
see
generations. Because it's been hot for so long. I mean, look,
He's
dude,
50 Cent.
and Get Rich or Die Trying. Let's be real.
One of the best hip hop albums of all time.
You heard it here from the black guy.
One of the best hip hop albums of all time. It's up there. It's my favorite. Album
And obviously you're biased because we grew up on it.
Yes, that was our time.
You can't not be. Yeah, it was just that time.
If we were 5 years younger, we might have said DMX.
Yeah.
Because DMX also
5 years older.
Older.
Yeah,
That's
if
what
we're 5 years younger, we'd be like Lil Yachty or something.
Probably Drake.
True. I mean, Drake, and it's for how long has he just been doing it? And then even his Instagram posts are just like,
I'm
he's
the
just
man,
like flaunting. Yeah, just like he
Here's
can't
some
not
bars real
flex.
quick.
How would you not?
Yeah.
How would you not? His captions are bars.
Even his comments. You
What
can't
the
hit. They're
fuck?
not regular. It's
What?
only industry people in
They're
it.
not regular, bro.
He got his shit turned off for regular
It's
people. It's just
irregular.
industry people sucking his dick.
It's irregular. How so? I believe we're in a simulation. How could he not? Like it's like, this is, let me. It's getting real oppy outside. Number one hit,
Right.
He's like, oh yeah.
Got so many chains. They call me Channing Tatum.
It's like,
Woo! The whole crowd knows it.
The whole fucking world. It's like, this ain't real. I don't even try.
Yeah, watch this.
I'm not even trying.
Yeah, watch what I'm about to say. Some stupid shit. It's gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
You can make my hotline bling.
Oh my
Number
God.
one hit.
What a
number
shit
one
song.
Number
That
one
was not
song.
a good song.
Number one song in the world.
That's so not even thinking about it. Like that's not good.
I can't.
It
I can't even agree with you.
I know.
because
it's Drake.
I
know.
You
It
know what I
slapped.
mean?
It slapped.
And he had the little goofy dance that everyone was doing.
Yeah.
It's just straight. Can't win. But now he's reaching that status where nothing he puts out is good enough.
Right.
That's where he is now.
Yeah.
And I can tell that's frustrating him.
Yeah.
Because for the first time ever, he dropped the deluxe. Usually when Drake drops an album, that's Drake's album. He's got it. There's no extra music.
Right.
It's Drake's album. But he was getting fucking killed. And he dropped the deluxe album. And also on the deluxe, it was rapidy rap shit.
How was that?
Like Griselda type beats and shit. It
how
was
was
great.
he
It
on
was
that?
good.
Good?
It was good, but it just like kind of like, damn, they got to you type shit.
Yeah.
Because Drake is like one of those artists where they're gonna shit on you when you first put it out, and then give it give it a time, and then people will be like, "Yo, I was tripping about that
Right.
Drake." You know what I mean?
Not to sound super gay, which would be shocking if I didn't, but it's like when you're doing any type of art, I feel like if you're trying to make something for the people to like, it ain't gonna be as good as if you make it what you like. You know.
Right.
So let's just hope that he's just making shit that he likes.
Well, did you ever listen to his dance album where he tried to go on the dance route?
I
Yeah.
don't listen to anyone's dance album,
Yeah, he did try to do the dance thing, and he
Does
got
it-
killed for that too. So that's why people were saying like
I wonder if that's what he wanted to do, or
He
if he was
did.
like, okay,
he did,
I
but then he
gotcha.
got killed for it.
so then he switched up.
Well,
maybe
then
he
the
just
next album was the 21 Savage album, which
Right.
everyone loved.
Right. Well, maybe he's just showing, look, I could do this or that. I
Which
felt
he's
like doing
always
that.
done.
Yeah,
My
exactly.
problem with the dance album wasn't. I was like, Drake, you've done good dance songs.
You could have done better.
You know One Dance? You know that song One Dance by Drake. You know these songs that are dance songs, which are so good, you
Yeah.
don't even realize that they are.
Right.
Rihanna, like, he has great dance songs.
Bro, he's the only person that I know who, like, well, that's not true.
will make you listen to.
But the diss songs, like, back to back, like, for a diss song to be so good that it's on the radio, it's, like, has replayability. It's like
He
a
changed the way
hit
people
song.
make. He changed the way people made his songs.
Yes.
It used to be like
This song was used to just be so guttered, no one could. You could it's like
Find it on
underground.
YouTube,
Yes,
find it down-
Yes.
you-
Drake's
now
like,
there's-
I'm gonna
now
back
he's-
this with a label.
right. I'm gonna make a single. You're gonna hear this in the club.
This is gonna have a hook.
Yes, they're gonna
That's
play this on the
good.
radio.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
And
Yeah,
then
he
just-
changed the way people did. He just changed the way people did everything.
I feel like he fucked Meek Mill's,
Do you think
Meek
he's-
Mill's career up.
He did for a little bit, but then, like,
Then Meek Mill fucked it up.
no, I think Meek Mill came back strong, and then people just he came back strong, but he got back with Drake when he did the going back. But he was coming back before that. I
He's
think
never gonna top. Hold up, wait a minute.
he's
You know,
got the streets.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he's always gonna have that lane.
Yeah,
You know, he's all even when everybody was like on
he
that.
sucks online.
Yeah, his tweets are horrible.
He sucks.
But I just feel like rappers like him are always gonna have like that hood. Even when he was coming up, he was like the only one that was like that. When I think about the blog era of hip hop, which is one
think about him.
one of the best eras of
on
hip hop.
four-wheelers in Philly.
One of the best eras of hip hop was like the blogger era. But then like where instead of going to like academics, you would go to like a hip hop blog site.
No, I
and
know.
see
The
what's
battle
coming.
raps are still like that now.
Yeah,
but
it
getting
was
to
like
be
Mac Miller,
bigger,
Wiz
yeah.
Khalifa, Big Sean, Currency, Kendrick Lamar. That was like I consider the blog era. But then and those rappers are all like not street. You know,
Right.
I also consider it the fun rap era.
Yeah.
You know, it was about smoking, drinking, having fun.
Yeah,
you
definitely
know what I mean?
the Wiz and Mac.
But then you
vibe.
had your Meek in there, and he didn't
Yeah.
really fit.
No.
I remember he came out and called backpackers weirdos, and then was getting killed for it because he was the only one still rapping. And then the street
He was
people,
making fun of backpack rappers.
yes, he was making
That's
fun of
right,
backpackers.
now you could almost think he is one in a weird way.
because
but
he's
you're
in
right.
that group, kind
He used
of.
to make fun of Kendrick, calling him a backpack
Yeah,
rapper.
he
Did this
was in
song
that
back-
group. He was in that group of them, but he was nothing like the J.
Right,
Cole's
right,
and
right.
but like, and that's why a lot of people liked him. Like he's the last one left, so he's always kind of had that backing.
Yeah.
But now it's just like rap.
just need
Rap is
6ix9ine
so
back.
different. Rap is so
Puerto
different.
Rico took 6ix9ine.
Yeah, hip hop and music is just.
Well, you saw Mos Def said Drake wasn't hip hop. That was a big deal.
that was hate.
Definitely.
That was hate.
It was funny though with the Target shit. It's
But
like-
would you think Yasin Bey would listen to Drake?
no, that's exactly.
You know what I mean?
The,
Like
the
if you-
lyrical,
that's something
spiritual
you,
miracle, fucking
Exactly.
super. Yeah, of course.
because
That's why they're trying to.
his whole point, what he was,
I
if
know
he
came
wasn't
back.
hating, his point was like what hip hop is and what
To
the
him.
platform to him.
That's
the
the thing too.
platform.
To
'Cause
him,
he was saying
to Yasin Bey, to fucking
right. What
Mos
happens
Def.
what happens when the pillars fall? What happens when we need someone to tell us our message and it's not being said because it's in Target rap? What happens? But
He's like
Muslim,
the voice.
so
of
he's
it,
really
right,
trying to
right.
talk about what's going on.
Yeah, his people,
Sudan,
the community, the
yeah.
problems, like
He's
real
like, that's
shit.
what hip hop was created about,
Right,
you know?
and I understand that, but to say, it's I
it's
agree.
evolved
Yeah,
because there's still those rappers.
Yeah, would you say you tweeted ask him if Jack Harlow's hip hop?
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think he would say yes.
Yeah.
You know.
I just think that's a silly argument too because you got J. Cole. He's like one of the he might be 1A, 1B, J. Cole.
Who?
I mean Drake is Drake. I'm talking about rapper wise. Like
J. Cole's way better rapper than Drake.
but I'm saying like
status wise.
status-wise.
Oh, J. Cole's up there.
He's up there.
Yeah.
But he can be that guy.
Which guy?
He's not like the
Poppy, Drake shit, or the rapper?
opposite of the rapidy rap shit with
Definitely.
the message every
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
J. Cole's the best at that, really.
So when Yasin Bey is saying things like that, like hip hop can't be diverse, and you can't get it all from every angle. From you know what I mean? Like
Right,
you got
like
your
why-
Kendricks, you got your J. Cole's, but
And
You
you
got your
Drakes.
Drakes.
Exactly. It's not one thing or the other.
Yeah,
It's,
you
so
don't need
it's
to be.
binary thinking, right?
yeah.
If
I
it's
don't,
not what
I prefer it. I don't care what Drake's politics are. I think that's what
No.
makes him a household name. I
Yeah.
think he protects that, and I think that's okay.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like I know J. Cole don't like Trump. He's gonna say fuck Trump in the rap.
Right.
I don't need Drake's Canadian ass to say that.
Yeah, and also he knows not to ruffle any feathers though by not saying anything. You know, so that's what keeps.
I don't
him
need to
super-
hear
What did
beat-
Michael Jordan say? Republicans buy shoes too.
Right.
You know, that's Drake's thing.
Drake ain't saying BLM in his raps.
He ain't saying none of that.
He ain't
shit.
saying none of that
He ain't
shit,
saying
and I'm
all lives
okay.
matter. None of it.
I don't care.
No.
You know what I mean?
also,
I don't need him to. I like sometimes I want to turn my brain off and listen to music.
Yeah.
I don't want to have this
The
judgmental
shit's
shit.
I just want it to slap.
Yeah.
I don't need it to be like. Also, who the fuck are you?
Right.
Why do I think your politics would be better than mine, or why do I care what that is? You know,
Especially if the politics song sucks. If you're not making mosh,
if you're not putting Ben Shapiro on, you know. Which, by the way, I seen a podcast he did recently, and in the description it was like host of this and rapper. Like they put
Oh,
rapper under
shit.
his like credits.
did you ever watch that video?
Fuck no,
didn't
I
think
will.
you would.
I will.
Notice I screenshotted it, but I didn't send you the link.
Why is that?
Because I didn't want to
you
risk
couldn't even
giving him
click on
a,
it with the
I didn't
algorithm.
wanna risk
Oh,
giving
giving
it,
him the view.
I didn't want to risk giving him the view.
I thought it might have been you didn't want your algorithm to go from.
Nah, I didn't want to risk giving him the view.
Yeah. Did you subscribe to this podcast?
I did.
Thanks
I
for
still
fucking
am.
liar, dude.
I still am. It's the Broke Bros. You're using the same upload thing.
Yeah, I know. I need to change that somehow. But I need to get a logo made too. Where's
Yeah.
the Trini at when you need him?
Man, he was supposed to make a logo for my shoe business.
What's up with that? You still selling shoes?
He's got 2 kids and shit. Like I'm not gonna keep.
No, not what's
Oh,
up with
are
the
you talking
logo.
about me?
Yeah. I'm not like, what the fuck, Adam?
And, yeah, but it's different. It's not as fun because the shoe market. I got
Because
into
it's not
it.
as new?
Well, originally when I got in the
Losing
shoe
some of its
market,
luster?
thought people had more money. The economy is a little better,
Bro, don't get me fucking started on
So-
inflation.
so people were buying the
It's costing
Jordans.
money just to talk about it.
Right, people were buying the Jordans and the shit, and they were
They were spending money.
2 things happened out of nowhere. Well, a couple things happened, and it's like again, just my luck. I'm getting in the shoe business.
Yeah, way more than 2. But
Kanye
you're a
goes
couple.
on an anti-Semitic rant that gets rid of the Yeezys sales.
Oh, right.
That gets rid of selling Yeezys because that's what another one that was big. Jordan's Dunks happened, but the Pandas was fun for a while, but then that got old, and Dunks craze got old. People got tired of Dunks. And then the Jordans
It's
are
just
Jordans.
chasing the new hotness, I guess, each time.
Yeah, but then everybody's like, okay. Like, I feel like sneakerheads are waiting for the next new thing right now.
And not just new shoe, because there's new shoes that come out constantly.
Because
right?
why? So what I had to
wave?
start doing is like, again, it's not as fun, but I'm just like selling like fucking soccer shoes on eBay to soccer moms, you know.
Right.
Going to Nike Outlet, doing the little shit I learned online and like learning programs. I'm getting shoes for $25 and selling them for $75.
Right. Well,
which is cool. I'm making some money.
Return on investment. Yeah.
Which is great ROI. I mean, you buy a bunch of them, but it's not as fun as when you got like when someone hits you up like, "Yo, I need these."
Yeah, I got
but nobody's even doing that no more because ain't nothing high drop. I'm hoping by the summer it picks back up.
Yeah.
But that's why I did it for fun. Like I didn't do it to fucking go to Marshalls.
How do people even know to call you? Just from Instagram and shit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you had like a website or something.
I got an eBay.
Something?
I got an eBay page. Like I said, right now it's
we
just
got
like,
4 people listening.
Nah.
Don't sleep on it.
Right now it's just like boring shit.
Right.
Like I'm just going to get boring shit.
If anybody needs soccer shoes.
I made my first pair of custom shoes and sold them though.
What?
Yeah.
How you do that? On some website?
YouTube, baby.
YouTube
will show you everything. I went to fucking
for sure.
fabric store, picked out what I want. I made them Ravens because I'm like, this is the most.
So on what shoe? What's your base model shoe?
Air Force One.
Okay.
It's pretty easy. Logos are big, so you can kind of trace it out.
What'd you put in there? You got a
The
picture?
Ravens logo.
Nice.
I do
Yeah,
have a
that's
picture.
But that's what's up. I didn't even know custom shoes like that were a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And people bought them.
Yep.
Because I feel like the customization can sometimes like lower the price or like the wantability. You know.
It depends.
Right.
No, but not really.
Yeah.
There's like a whole business. Like, again, I'm just doing like the fabrics right now, but some people are painting shoes and doing all types of crazy shit.
Yeah.
Like but you know, you gotta do 1,000 hours to get good at something.
Mastery.
And I ain't got it.
I ain't got it.
I want to learn. I want to do shit, but I'm like, I want to do too many shit at once.
Yeah, man, and it's just there's not enough time in the day.
And it costs money because I'm still buying these shoes, hoping that someone buys them. Like, how else am I gonna practice?
Yeah.
You know, I have to buy the shoe to practice.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay,
Right.
if I fuck these up and no one buys them, I just got these shitty $100 shoes. Like I don't have that type of money to, unfortunately.
No.
Even
money
though I'm
and
making
time
the
hold me
most money I've ever made in my life.
Yeah, it's making the most I've ever made, broker than I've ever been. Yeah, the time thing is frustrating for me too. It's just like there's just not enough time.
I used to so right now I'm working 410s, and like in theory it sounds great because you get that extra day off. But you're just kind of making up for you don't have no afternoon.
Yeah.
So you're just making up for things like you would do in the afternoon when you got home from work.
40 hours a week, 40 hours a week.
40 hours a week is thank you.
It's it. You cheat it all you want, you know. 312, sure, and there's ways around it, right? But 40 hours a week is still 40 hours of your week, and the thing is, I feel like if when I'm working 40 hours a week, which I do at minimum because I got the other thing, the electric, so I got both things going on, but I have to take a day off like every few weeks just to catch up, just on life stuff, you know, genuinely. I need to take a day off to like finish off my laundry, you know, or like to do because it's like, well, I've been doing side jobs, I've been doing this, and I have a social life, and I've been, you know, I got my grandparents, I'm doing different things. I work out at the gym, you know. It's just where's the time, brother? By the time I work and then work out and eat and shower, there goes my day. I haven't done anything.
That, literally. I was just saying, like, I get like, I should be going to sleep when I get done dinner. But I feel like I have to sit down for at least an hour.
Because it's your only
I feel like a robot.
Yes.
I should be going right to sleep because I work in D.C. and I have a 5:30 start. So my alarm goes off at 3:35. 3:35 for me to get up. I'm gonna hit the snooze twice.
Should make it 3:33.
I gotta get out at 4. I gotta get out of bed at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So if I want to get anywhere close to 8 hours of sleep, I'll be going to bed at what? 8, 7, 8, which is not plausible, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because by the time I get back from DC and get to the gym and I have to cut my workouts. I'm not done, but I have to leave because I have to cook dinner.
Yes.
And I have, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's like, okay, I get done cooking dinner. It's 8 o'clock. Like I should be going up and laying down, but I need to just sit down. So even if I'm playing on my phone for an hour while the TV's on, I need to like decompress.
And that's the majority of our lives because we're at work more than days when we're off. So it's like, it's one of those things where you sound like a crybaby, or it's like a shit sandwich that everyone's eating, so just eat it.
Yeah.
But my truth is, I hate it.
But the
I hate
point,
it.
what makes it harder is when you're trying to get out of that life while you're doing that life.
Oh, that's impossible. The whole like save your way out of like the middle class or like the monotony of working every day is a lie. It just is.
Yeah.
You know what? Save. I don't even know what that. What do you mean?
Right,
I'm trying to dig out of debt still.
Right.
At 34 years old.
Even if you
The
save,
fuck?
now your water heater went up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just always something.
Yeah,
bro.
life keeps happening.
You think like, oh, finally I'm sitting pretty, and then like again, like we were just talking about it earlier, it's like event after event after event. And your woe is me, but that's just life, man.
and you can't stop it. You can't
You
pause
can't
it. You
stop
can't
it.
slow it down. And it's like if you just think about how many hours that you're awake that you spend doing things that you wouldn't do if you weren't getting paid. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. It's
Right.
kind of gross to think about. It's like obviously we're not enslaved, but
No,
at the same
because
time,
even that today I was working, I was like, damn, my job ain't that bad.
no. And but here's the thing. I think that
Was that me coping?
yes,
Yeah,
but
you know
also
what I mean?
it's true. It's also true. It's like I think that you can be grateful for your job and hate it. I really do because like
Nuance to everything.
yes, that's
Also,
my thing.
You know how much? You know how many people hate that
What?
nuance to everything.
But
I'm just saying.
I know, and I feel
Like
like
one of my main
record 'cause I'm
things I
always
used to get in
saying it.
trouble for was playing devil's advocate,
And molesting the retarded girl.
molesting a retarded girl, and saying that there's nuance.
Yeah,
You know,
but there is.
because when your girlfriend comes to you to rant about a coworker,
Did
she
you
don't-
cheat with that girl? You're like, it's nuance.
she don't want to. She don't want to hear there's nuance. She doesn't want to hear that
No.
girl's side.
She wants to hear fuck that bitch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta give it, but you know,
Yeah.
I'm annoying.
Yeah, you are fucking annoying, dude.
I'm annoying. I
You
know it
are.
myself.
That's why I killed your dad. Because you're fucking annoying, brother. I'm just kidding, dude. He wouldn't do that to you. All right, well, thanks for coming, dude. I love you. You're the man. I'll actually probably, promote this one and be like, hey, I dropped an episode because I haven't been doing that yet.
That's hilarious. I got my own podcast. The first episode dropped. I did with Najee, but it's not the Perk Boys
Why is it funny?
because it just be funny. It just be a Broke Boys podcast.
Yeah, well,
But not really though, because I felt like you were kind of interviewing me, other than us just bullshit.
no, I wasn't interviewing
Nah,
you.
you were.
That's gay. That's gay. I'd like to strike that
Nah,
from
we
the
were hanging
record.
out. We were hanging out.
We're hanging and banging. Yeah. Why don't you do it anymore? Someone asked me like, why doesn't he want to do it? I'm like, he hates me. I didn't even have an answer because I was like, I don't know. Like we both got busy, and then I'm like,
Yeah, we
it's
got
hard
busy.
to commit to, and they're
And
like,
and I got tired, and
Yeah.
then when you were free and maybe didn't feel like doing it,
right. Yeah. That's why when someone was like, well, why didn't he do it? I'm like, I didn't really press him. I'm like,
Right.
I don't care why,
I
It's just
could
like,
be a recurring guest.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what
Like,
I
we're
mean?
cool.
'Cause
You know?
Even today, I was like, "Fuck, I'm tired."
Yeah.
You know
well,
what I mean?
thanks for coming.
And I actually like it being not at my house
Right.
because I have to like get up, like go.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
You're probably gonna have those days where like, fuck, I'm tired.
Oh, for sure. I mean, my biggest enemy is consistency,
Yeah.
But I do find this like therapeutic and healthy, for me to rap.
Also, the fact that you have a producer, I love that 10x.
Yeah.
That 10x because
You used to be the producer.
yes, and it was just too. It was
you were
just too much.
You were the crackpot producer.
It was just too much.
You
I'm the
know,
guy that
fucking
records. I'm the guy that puts it out. I'm
And
the
then
guy that
also,
makes the
I would be
graphic.
so
I'm the guy.
annoying to you.
Yeah.
I'd be like, bro.
But you weren't wrong, right? But the way I was looking at it is like I can't just put it out because you just be like, just put it out, and I'd be like, well, no, I don't want to just put it out at 5 a.m. Like I want to put it out at 9, but then I'd be working and 9 would pass. And I'd be like, well, now I gotta wait till like 2.
I was
when people
always
get-
like, just
'cause
drop that.
I
bitch.
know, but I like think about when people get on the timeline.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
look,
yeah.
like I'm thinking of it that way.
Yes.
I guess algorithms are different now. They're gonna see it
Yeah,
regardless.
Yeah.
But that's how I would. My brain was
makes sense.
thinking.
It
But
makes
then when it
sense.
gets past a certain point, I would forget it. I'd be like, oh, I
Yeah.
gotta wait till tomorrow. And
Yeah.
then it would fuck up consistency.
Well, the last episode we did has like 440 some views.
Yeah,
playing
we had
streams,
we
which
had
is tight.
we had a good amount of people
I thought so too.
consistently listening to us.
I
And
mean-
people would come up to me that I don't even know.
Yeah. That's
would
tight.
come to me and talk to me about
That's
what we were talking.
tight.
But they also asked me, "Were you still doing the podcast?"
Yeah.
Even I'll tell you off mic.
So yeah, it's tight. That thing you texted me before you came over. That was
Nah,
crazy.
but I do want to talk about that.
I do too. Yeah, I was surprised when Mike and I were looking at the numbers from the old one. I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
yeah.
But that's what I was looking. But that's how I would gauge when to drop them
Right.
because I was looking at how the numbers
Yeah,
fluctuate.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, that's not a bad amount of
And
people.
a lot of people,
We're
I
not
would,
Joe Rogan experience.
so I would do it. I would try to drop them like in the morning when people are heading to work, or I would drop them when people are heading home from work.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because a lot of people would Snapchat me, listen to it in the car.
Oh, cool.
So
well, guys, if you listen to this, Snapchat Najee.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's how I was trying to gauge everything. But yes, the producer having someone to do all
well,
this.
yeah, shout out to Mike. He charged me $5,000 an episode, but other than that, he's the shit.
This is it. Good job.
Thanks, man. It's been I've had the support, and I'm annoying and neurotic, and I want to talk, so I'm gonna do it. And if this doesn't work, I will kill myself. So please like and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your neighbors. Be annoying about it. Guilt trip them, or my blood is on your hands. All right, cool.